Welcome to the Games Dad. I forgot. We changed the license. Welcome to the Skullznhero versus the World podcast, where I'm your host, Skullznhero. I'm joined today by Mr. Snorty.
Yes.
No, you
making sure you remember.
I knew what your name was. Okay,
right.
please.
I don't want you to mix me up with that other guy named Morty. Freak that guy.
Yeah, the guy was trash.
He's garbage.
I have a confession to make. We posted a trailer for our podcast like about 2 weeks ago, and we actually lost 2 subscribers since then. And which means that the trailer did the opposite of what it's supposed to do, and which means that I think we should all my subscribers, we need to go find them. Let's go find those 2 guys. They're lost somewhere. They're probably watching some PewDiePie video somewhere. Like, hey, we gotta stop. Anyways, but this is the podcast that we were advertising for. We enjoyed doing these about 5 years ago, and we're gonna start them up again. Snorty, welcome.
Well, thank you.
Okay, and so I just wanted.
I'm glad to be here.
I wanted to give you a warm welcome. I wanted you to know that this podcast cannot be done without you.
Oh, thank you.
Oh yeah, no problem, man. And it can't be done without you.
I know I'm the #1 favorite of the Skullznhero channel.
Of the Skullznhero channel, you're the favorite. I want to thank you. I want the audience to also know that this is our second recording, but the first recording I was trying to find something unique. Okay, so here's what happened. I wanted to make a podcast that's so unique, that's so different. And to do that, I have the ability to draw and to animate, and so wow. And if you can see on my trailer, I animated like certain characters. It had Wart, and it had me, and it had you, Morty, as that ugly little thing in the Snorty, and that ugly little thing in the chair. And I thought this would be so cool to animate like everything. Well, it turns out animating an hour-long podcast is not easy. It's not easy. So I figured after all that debating about making a unique podcast, I take a step back and just make it the same as everything else.
And that's what I'll talk about, baby.
Yay, baby!
1 step backwards.
Yeah, 2 steps forward, 5 steps backwards. Welcome, guys. This is still a video games podcast, but I'm a little more loose, a little looser, a little more fun.
We don't have a script.
Yeah, no script this time, because last time...
I think I'm peaking with my laughing.
No, it looks like you're okay. You haven't actually peaked anywhere on this. You're fine. Right here you peaked. I don't know what you were doing there. But, anyways... So here's my setup. This is my stage. Since Skullznhero vs. the World is a talk show. Wow! Look around.
Wow! Look at this.
Look at that up there. That's the TV.
Look at the crowd we have.
Oh yeah! Cheer people! Yeah! Don't clap because then I have to animate that. Yeah. So this is our new look. But the thing is, you'll find out that as the podcast progresses, we're not animating the whole thing, and so I'll only animate things that I feel like that are funny and worth animating.
All right, clap for that, audience.
Yeah. Beautiful. Okay.
You're the one making this awkward work. I like the idea of edited clapping.
I like it too. Okay, but we're still a video game podcast, so I still want to talk about video games. We're gonna talk about the games that we've been playing. But before I get into that,
surprise!
I just watched The Fourth Kind. Well, not for the first time, but I watched it again after a long time. Have you seen that movie?
Yeah.
Do you believe in aliens?
After that movie, no.
Okay.
No, I don't.
Oh, you don't believe?
No.
What do you mean after that movie you don't believe in them? I thought
it still felt fake.
But have you seen other videos?
Yeah, they're all fake.
You're not easily convinced.
Nope.
Okay, after that movie, I agree that they're fake, and but that doesn't stop that. I watched that movie. I'm just trying to get into the topic of aliens, all right? I know it's a video game podcast, but I wanted to talk about aliens. You don't think something's out there?
No, there has to be something out there, but I don't think those events were real.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I'll agree with you. But, like, doesn't that make you wonder, though, like, what kind of things...
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Okay. Well, okay, so this is just me segueing into something I wanted to talk about, which was the fact that we have this new call-in system that has, that people can call in and give us their impressions about things. So we're going to take our first caller. Hello, who's our first caller?
The name would be Robert McGinnis.
Okay, and do you believe in aliens?
And yes, I do. I do believe in the extraterrestrial. If you look at events in the past, Roswell 47, and of course Area 51, that was definitely a cover-up by our United States government and all over the West, trying to mask what really is going on. And what really is going on is that the elite, the world elite, the global elite, the plutocrats, whatever you want to fucking call them.
All right, and that's enough from him.
Wow. What a intriguing guy.
Yeah.
Who was that?
It doesn't matter. Anyway, we're a video game podcast. Let's get back to the games. Okay, so I was gonna ask you, what game have you been playing?
Enter the Gungeon. I think that was actually the first game I talked about when we started the podcast.
Was it? It's the very first game?
Yeah.
Really? That's actually pretty cool. Did you look that up?
No, but when I recently looked at it, I saw the big ol' eye. So I'm assuming
Possibly. Okay, so you actually have something very cool to talk about that game, because I've been playing it since it came out. And how long has it been since then? It's been like a good
2 years.
2 years.
From that last video.
Yeah, okay, so it's been 2 years, and I'll say it right out, like, I put so many hours into that game, and I have not beaten it. But you finally did it.
I beat it yesterday. Right?
You're telling me the story.
I think so. No, I beat it 2 days ago. That's what it was.
Oh, okay.
From the Saturday that it is today. So I beat it on a Thursday.
And though we don't want you to spoil the ending, because I'm sure it's such a story-driven game, but like, I'm not asking you to spoil the ending. But how did it feel like you're working towards like that accomplishment, and after such a long time, how did it feel to finally beat it?
It felt great killing the final boss for once.
Who's the final boss?
You just said don't spoil it.
I was trying to catch you. Okay, keep going.
I've gotten to that point so often with this game that it would get me mad that I would die like so close to the end. But then I finally killed it and I was happy. And then once I saw the ending, I was unhappy because I realized, oh, there's another floor now. So technically, I didn't beat it. I didn't get the right ending still.
So you didn't tell me this when we were talking about it. So there's another floor?
Yep.
And it's even harder? Does it have like different endings?
I haven't gotten there yet.
So you got to do the whole thing again, probably beat that same boss.
Yep, and then go to the next floor.
Jeez. And I guess it's like Binding of Isaac. I remember like with Binding of Isaac, that's how you first beat Mom, then you go and you fight.
Yeah, but I've heard that's the final floor.
Oh, the final floor, like the last one? Okay. That's cool though. Like, I've always wanted to beat it. No, I like the farthest I've gone was the statues. Like, that's it. Like those like
you're like right. That's right before the last.
Yeah. Like I always get there and I always lose. And there's even one time that like I got to the point where I was at the statues. I had like, I kid you not, like 10 hearts. I had so many hearts because of the items and the bosses that weren't hitting me. Like, I had so many hearts, and I still lost them all there. Then I was like, you know what? It's not meant to be. I'm not supposed to beat this game.
Yeah, I was struggling with them too in that run because I had to fight them before the final boss. But I think the gun that got me through to the 5th one is it hit all of them every time I fired one bullet.
Oh, what kind of gun was it?
It was an electricity one. I don't know what it was.
Oh, gotcha.
But
so
all
it
it
one
did,
that like goes through them. And
yeah,
it
would aim for all of them.
Oh,
so it would go in a circle each time and hit all of them at once.
So you had the benefit of the luck, the benefit of the draw, which is how most of these games work anyway.
Until 3 of them died, and then the 4th one, he gets a little bit of health back, and then he becomes one of the hardest ones.
And I've gotten to that point where like it's that last one that like will like jump up and slam, right? And like that, it frustrates me. I uninstall that game like so many times, and I'll install it again and just keep trying. Like, that game makes me angry, but happy at the same time.
It makes me angry because an hour of playing goes to waste because you gotta start from level 1 again after you.
Yeah. But that's the fun of roguelikes. Like that's the reason I play Binding of Isaac. That's the reason I play, Enter the Gungeon, and all the other roguelikes that I play. I can't remember any right now. But yeah, I mean that's good. Like anything else you want to add about Enter the Gungeon?
Everybody should get it. It's an underrated game, I believe.
Absolutely. I second you on that. Everybody should play Enter the Gungeon. It is like. It is a game that you can just get lost in. Like, I know people talk about, like, the hundreds of hours you can put into The Witcher, which is fine. Like, The Witcher's great and all, but, like, you can do hundreds of hours in this kind of game because of the type of game it is. And like, this is, like...
Well, it's like, how long we've been playing it together, and we're still talking about different items that one of us haven't found yet still?
Exactly. It's the same thing. Like, I've been playing so many, like, put so many hours into this, and I just got, a gun I had never gotten before. Granted, they just updated it, but still, like, it's
True.
It's like you're still finding things that like you haven't found when you like after like 60 hours of playing it. And like, do you remember there's this little glitch thing that you get in the game? It's like it's not an actual glitch, but it's like the enemies.
Oh yeah, I still have yet to find that on mine.
See, and for me, I've encountered that twice. So I have no idea what it was. Like I think I've died both times that I like fought. It was like a glitched boss or something like that.
Yeah, where it's twice as hard as normal just because it's glitched out to be 2 now. Because you showed me that.
Yeah, you're right. It glitches out to be 2 of them. Yeah, so like things like that are just like it's a phenomenal game. And I know like to add to that like to that salt that I'm pouring into the people's wounds, like if they're getting mad at me because I'm comparing it to the games they love. Like I know everybody talks like so much like praise about like how hard Dark Souls is and things like that.
I don't think that game is that nearly as hard as this one.
I don't think Dark Souls comes even close to how hard like these games can get. Dark Souls has this progression system that makes you understand that at some point you're gonna get past whatever obstacles like in front of you. In this game, they're fine not letting you pass. Like they're fine like, no, you're just not gonna win. You're just not gonna win.
Not only is like getting better guns is a big part of it, but getting better at the game itself, like dodging bullets and all that, is a huge part.
Absolutely.
You can get like the most OP gun in the game, but still lose.
Yeah, and I've had that happen to me so many times because the true way of winning is what you just said: being able to dodge bullets, being able to like it's a bullet hell, and so like being able to like maneuver around like certain like patterns of like gunshots like that. You could have the worst gun, but be very good at like dodging bullets, and you'll win very slowly, but you'll win.
Can I tell you a story that happened on that game recently?
Tell me a story.
I was playing with a guy named Sweet Cheeks. We were playing it together, and the recent update added mini bosses, so you can encounter mini bosses, and won't tell you if the room's gonna be a mini boss.
Is that what that bomb thing?
Yeah.
That like pretty much is like the Super Mario. You know that's
it's like Bowser.
The Bowser fight.
Yeah, we found it, but the game decided to glitch us out behind the door. So you know how the hallway leads into another room? Hold up,
do you have recording of this?
I think I saved it.
You better. I'm gonna put it. It's gonna be on the TV, and I'm not gonna pretend that I see it right now because we don't know if you have it.
I'm pretty sure I do. But the doors close, and you're supposed to be in the room fighting him, but it closed with us in the hallway still. We couldn't leave anywhere. We tried teleporting. We just kept going back to the same area. We had to restart the whole room.
Really?
Yep.
Dang,
that's the first time I've actually ever seen a glitch in the game.
Yeah, that game's never been buggy for me. Maybe it's just that one time.
Yeah. I've never
well.
Oh well. Oh no.
Okay. Anything else you'd like to add?
No. That's it.
Oh, that's
nice. A nice story.
That's a nice little tale.
Everybody buy it. Yeah. That's the end of the podcast. All right, guys. Have a good one.
Okay. My turn. I'll talk about what I've been playing. So I've actually been playing like a boatload of different games, but and I'll just like throw out names that I've been playing, but I'll get to the one I'm going to talk about. Doom, I've never picked up when it released, and I'm having an absolute blast playing it, and so that's that. Nobody wants to hear about Doom right now. And then I'm playing Legend of Zelda Minish Cap, another game that came out decades ago. Never played
On the Game Boy.
On the Game Boy, but not playing that too. Great game, by the way. I'm actually surprised how much fun I'm having.
I remember I mentioned to you how I beat that game like a year ago, and you told me, "Oh, that's probably one of the worst Zelda games."
And then the game I wanted to talk about was the
the
game I wanted to talk about, which is a game I'm actually reviewing for the channel. Yes, I'm reviewing something for the channel.
No Man's Sky?
Is the Gravekeeper.
Oh.
Yeah. Is it called the Gravekeeper? It is, right?
Yes.
Yeah, well, I'm sure it's called Gravekeeper. Anyways, it's called Gravekeeper, which is kind of this like this game about it's like Stardew Valley meets like a morbid version of Stardew Valley.
You plant dead people?
Yeah. Wait, what? Wait, say that again?
You're planting dead people?
Well, you don't plant them, you bury them. You don't plant dead people when they grow up to be alive people. After you water them?
They're called zombies.
Zombies. No, so Gravekeeper is a game that's like Stardew Valley, but I guess it's a darker, more morbid version. I've been playing it for a good while now, and I don't think I'm ready to quite say that like I'm ready to review it just yet. I don't know if there's a proper ending. I think there is. Like the way the game starts is that you're transported from your world, which is like the modern set, like our time.
Yeah. And
you're hit by a car, and then you wake up, and there's a Grim Reaper, and he's like, "You're a Gravekeeper now." Like he literally just says, "You're a Gravekeeper now," which is great. I wish all the games started like that. You know, like Mario died, and like, "Hey Mario, now you're Super Mario." You know, I was like, that'd be great. But that's the way that game decides to start. You're a Gravekeeper. I'm like, cool. And then you go and you're a Gravekeeper. Which,
I love how your character's so okay with it.
Yeah.
He just accepts it.
Well, the thing is, he's not okay with it. He doesn't really say cool. He's like, where am I? You know, some generic stuff like that. But it's weird because your character does come to terms with it pretty quickly. I think within like the first day, depending on how many people you talk to in a certain amount of time. But
you can talk to people.
Yeah, so it's like Stardew Valley. Like you build relationships with a lot of people.
With skeletons?
Or is there
other people?
No, it's actual. So the setting that you go to after you get hit by the car, you go to a new setting that is like olden times, like medieval times.
Oh.
And you're the person in charge of the graveyard, and you can go into a little village that's like pretty. It's a good distance away. And you have to walk there every single time. I'm hoping you get a horse later. I haven't gotten that far. We'll see. But
is it that far?
It's pretty. It takes a good chunk of maybe it's like not even like more than like 10 seconds or 30 seconds or something like that. But it's still like.
Oh, because that's like Stardew Valley. Because you have to walk a while until you get to the city too.
Okay, then yeah, that's probably what it is. Because like I've never played Stardew Valley. I like these kind of games. Like I played like Harvest Moon back like in the old. Like
GameCube?
You were like N64. I played that religiously, and of course I like games like Animal Crossing and things like that. So it's kind of like that life simulator kind of game, and so like I never touched Stardew Valley, but if this is like Stardew Valley, like then I mean it's okay. Like so far I'm gonna give it like my score right now would be a solid 7 out of 10. Like it's an okay game.
For me, it'd be a 10 out of 10.
Why is that? You haven't even played it. Why is that?
Because I haven't played it, so I can't decrease it in points.
But you start at 0. You don't even know if it's any good.
No, you always start at 10, and then you decrease it with the minuses of the game.
That's Snorty for everybody. Just generous guy. Generous guy. Generous. Sorry, I was gonna say generic. Anyway, wow. So so that's the way that game is. Like the town's really far, and you end up like.
No, never mind. Keep going.
What were you gonna say?
At least I don't plagiarize my reviews.
The way you said it makes it sound like I plagiarize my reviews, okay? You better correct that. You better finish that statement. Who are you talking about?
You. I saw you plagiarize an IGN review.
Dude, I'm cutting all this out. All right? No, I don't plagiarize, all right? I write my own stuff. You're not correcting. Correct it. You can't make a statement like that on my show.
Why are you so nervous? Your character's sweating. I don't even remember that guy's name.
I don't know. I don't either. Actually, I want to talk about that, but we'll get into that after. Let me finish talking to you about my game. So so the game. Where was I, dude? You suck. All right. Okay. Yeah. So the game is just about you like micromanaging like your little farm, but it's not a farm. It's just your graveyard. But you have to make like anvils, and you have to make like the fire, like what do they call it? Like in Minecraft, what is it called? Like a furnace. There you go. You have to make things like that. And you know what's funny is that like in the beginning of the game, I didn't know what mood they were going for like right away. I just wasn't sure. But like because what's strange to me is that like there is misspellings like in text boxes and stuff like that. There's a weird like self-awareness of some of the things they talk about, like the fact that like my character will say like I need technology. It's just it's a weird statement. Like I need technology. Like I tried to chop down a tree and that was his answer. I need technology. And so like there's weird things like that. I had one point where like
Did you have an axe?
Huh? Well, yeah, you can make an axe or.
Like, why did you say you need technology?
Well, actually, that's another thing that like not everything's explained there. Like I could look it up, but I'm trying my best to like just figure it out all on my own. The interface has all been a little what's the word, like
wonky, buggy,
like cumbersome, I should say. Like it's just like I have to like really like I'll go back to things and be like, wait, what does this make? Well, how do you make this? It's not as intuitive as I would like it to be, and it's coming from somebody from Minecraft is kind of the same thing. It's a crafting game, so you do have to get supplies for certain things, and so like there is a sense of discovery there, but there's also a sense of like just this is a little much.
I have a question. In Stardew Valley, there's multiple plants to plant. Are you only making tombstones?
No. They have a lot there. Like you have your own garden as well. You can also plant and that's one of the missions that I have to do for a merchant. I didn't want to pay him for you get a choice. Can you just pay me for the little garden patch, or you can like pay him in it's funny how that happened. I don't know if I could have changed it up depending on my choice, but he's like, yeah, give me 10 coins and I'll sell you the land, and then you could say, yeah, here's 10 coins, which I had. Or you could say like, no, it's too much. So I said, nah, it's too much. And then he's like, well, okay, fine, 5 coins. And then I still said, nah, it's too much. And then he's like, well, you can pay me with what you grow. And I was like, yeah, I guess I'll do that. And I'm never gonna grow anything. So joke's on him.
You said no again?
I think you could have. I think you could have said no. I also think you could have also paid for it still. But anyways, no. So you can take care of the garden. You can take care of like the surrounding area. Like I'm guessing there's just a lot more to pile up on, as well as am I boring you?
No.
You yawned. I think I did that at the old podcast.
Yeah, you said the same thing.
Am I boring you? Dude?
Is this boring for you? Are you bored?
Are you bored, man?
I can't just yawn?
No, you can't. Okay, so anyways, so yeah, you either micromanage like your little garden, or you go around, you chop down trees, or you go and you attend your graveyard, which the graveyard's pretty cool. I can tell that it's really gonna scale as far as how you can decorate a grave. Like it starts off with just a dirt patch, and then you can add like wooden fencing, a wooden tombstone, a stone tombstone. I'm sure it's gonna keep going up to iron and things like that. It's cool little like crafting stuff, like the essentials for crafting. And but like there's this like things that maybe I'm not used to as a player of somebody who didn't play like Stardew Valley and things like that. But like things like his stamina system, it's just again like cumbersome to me.
Oh yeah, Stardew Valley has that too.
Like a stamina system?
Yeah, he gets tired after working.
Yeah, and like
he wants to go to bed.
Yeah, how often does that happen on Stardew? Do you have Stardew? You do, huh?
Yeah, on my Switch.
Have you played it a lot?
I think I put in 10 hours.
Okay, that's a good amount. So on Stardew Valley, is it like over cumbersome, like that stamina system? Like, do you feel like?
No, for me, I don't mind it just because like once it gets to nighttime, that's pretty much when he's tired.
So, for me, dude, like in this game, I'll literally I'll wake up, go outside. There's like 10 things I need to do, and I'll do 2 of them, and it's like, oh, that's it. Like he's tired. It's not even like more. It's not even afternoon yet. So then like I'll have to go put him to sleep, And then he'll wake up at night, and I'm like, well, this sucks. This is like my schedule in real life. Like, I don't like it. Why is my character gonna like it?
To me, that reminds me a lot of their other game.
What other game?
Punch Quest.
I've never seen it.
Have you seen the Gamer Tycoon game? Where you make a game and it like puts in points on how much you've learned for that area.
Gamer Tycoon. No. Can I just look? I think we have we're gonna pull up Punch Quest.
Oh,
right now,
okay.
and I'm gonna check it out.
To me, it kind of reminds me of that, like how these games, or their last game was super slow paced, from what I've seen. I didn't actually play it, but I've watched it.
And okay, so their last game was super slow paced. I think this one's the same way. It's super slow paced. And again, like going back to like what I didn't know what the mood was. It was weird because at the beginning, when you appear at this new place, this skull comes out. And this is like a sassy skull, and it talks to you and it like criticizes you, and it's really cool. And the music's like upbeat. It's like really fun.
Sounds like what's the name from the little guy that gets mad at you for not saving in your game when you turn it off in Animal Crossing.
Oh, a Rossetti or something like that. No, it's not like that. This guy's like somebody who's just with you at the graveyard. And like it's like really upbeat music. He's funny. It's cool. Like it's fine. And then like literally like a couple days later, you go and you follow like this archbishop guy and you burn a witch you burn it like that. Like that was a big turnaround for me. Like I sat there, everybody watched the witch burn, and then like your character turns around. Like this moment like summarized this game. I'm standing there watching the witch burn. Nobody's saying anything, and then the archbishop turns around and says, "So you work with dead bodies?" And it's like, what? Whoa, what's going on? Like, what's this dialogue? Like, what's this? What game am I playing? What is this? And so like, there's like so many moments that I'm just like, wait, what? Like you were taken to this medieval world. But then I went and talked to like this crazy guy on the outskirts, like this homeless guy, and he referred to me as dude. So it's like, wait, like. It doesn't make sense. Like, what is this world? What time period am I in?
You don't think people said dude back then?
I really don't. I feel like...
What if it's just game theory? What if it's just purgatory?
Possibly. And for all I know, you're referring to the right thing, because I haven't beaten it. That's just my, like, early impressions. It's like, that's what I feel right now, of, like, from the game. I'm not going to deny, like, an addictive, like, ness of it. Like, and I've said this in one of my reviews, that addictiveness doesn't mean it's fun. And I'm kind of addicted to the process of...
How is it not fun if it's addicting?
Well, like, people, who do drugs, it's not necessarily that they're having fun. They can hate their lives and do drugs, and they're addicted to it. Okay.
Well, you remind me of that game right now. With that dark turn.
No, I really believe that you can be addicted to something and not have fun with it. I really believe that that's a real thing. That's like gambling. That's like, people don't necessarily have fun. They're addicted to that moment to moment where they're putting money
something
down.
Exciting.
Yeah, it's something like that gets their blood rushing, but as soon as they're done, they're like, wow, I just lost all my money kind of thing. For me, it's like, I lost my time, And like, I'm playing the game and I'm addicted to seeing the graveyard get bigger. The process is just so slow to me. And it might be my unfamiliarity to this game genre, but I want it to be able to like it more. And right now, like, it's still building. We'll see. If they can shorten the time between my graveyard and the town, 8 out of 10.
Do you gotta choose how long your character sleeps?
Yeah, you can. Their stamina will go all the way to 0, and then when you sleep, it recharges like by 4, I think, like multiples of 4, and then you could stop at any time, wake up at any moment.
Do you normally just go all the way to?
Yeah, because I end up like through the day, I'll just use up the whole stamina. I feel like it's short, dude. Like I've of course you can make food. And you can make like elixirs and things like that to replenish it. But then like I remember one time I made a whole bunch of food, and then on the first day that I woke up and I'm like, I just want to stay awake, I just kept eating everything, and it's gone by night. So it's like, is this how am I supposed to play it? Like constantly make all this food? Well, yeah, like I guess you're supposed to eat during the day, but like still it feels weird to just make all this food, consume it all within the first like couple times that I had it. And to top it off, like how like in like Minecraft, like an iron ignite, how do you say them?
I say ignite.
Ignite. Sound like we ignorant about how you say it, but the iron that you get on Minecraft, it's a very valuable resource, especially when you're just starting. And what ends up happening is the more you mine, the more you collect, the more you have, right?
Yeah.
And then what do you end up doing? Like you build like 3 or 4 furnaces, and you make like you
multiple foods at once.
What's that?
Like food.
No,
multiple things at
like
once.
yeah, like you like what's the word for it? You put them in the iron, like I mean
You're smithing.
You're smithing, yeah, I guess. And so you smith multiple. I don't think that's the word.
You're forging.
There it is. I don't think that's the word either.
That is.
Okay.
You're forging.
Can you forge obsidian?
Yes.
So in Minecraft, it's relatively quick. It still takes some time, but it's somewhat quick. In this game, it takes a long time to just do one. And I'm hoping that in the future you can build something that upgrades it. And because there are like a lot of upgrades in the game. But hopefully in the future you can build something that upgrades it, because right now it is like stressful. Like how much like things need like metal pieces, and then to make that metal piece you need an iron, like a little slab of iron. But that slab of iron you need from a rock of iron, and that rock of iron you took from rocks that are far away that don't restock, like they don't appear again. Like you take it once and it's gone, and then you put it's a long process. It feels like work. Like that's like the biggest thing, that it just feels like I'm at work and I'm not even being paid.
And you're giving it a 7 out of 10.
And I'm still giving it a 7 out of 10 because there's a part of it that I am enjoying, and it's that Harvest Moon, that Stardew Valley vibe that I get is what I do enjoy. It's part of the reason these games are popular, because you have that like another life simulator kind of feeling, you know. And yeah, that's that. I think I talked a long time about that. Yeah.
Oh man, I think it's time for me to go to sleep.
it's
my bedtime.
It's past my curfew. But yeah, that's what I feel about that game.
What do you have it on?
I have it on the Xbox One.
Oh.
Is that the Xbox One? Is that what it's called? Xbone?
X-Bone.
Xbone.
The X-Bone.
Because it was part of the, which is pretty cool. It was part of the, is it the Game Pass that has like all those games, like 100? Yeah. It was part of the Game Pass, which I was super surprised. I wasn't even gonna review it, and then it's free, so I might as well, might as well review that. Yeah. Okay. So, and then we got into the podcast, the part of the podcast where I didn't plan. Watch this trailer.
Oh, never mind. I have seen it.
Yeah.
I didn't know that's what it's called.
Yeah. Just watch it. All right. So, okay. So I want you to check out this trailer. You've told me you already seen it. For the audience who hasn't seen it, watch this trailer. This trailer, like, you feel the energy for this game. I
feel the story that's awaiting to be revealed.
Yeah. Like, just,
I love the sprites.
the sprites look amazing. Like it's just oozing atmosphere. Like,
yeah, definitely. You know how this game's gonna feel the entire way. Oh.
that is so cool.
It's creepy. That's my favorite part.
Yeah, that's cool. I actually like when he's running away. Comes out. Look, dude, look at that snake. Like, the animation is insane.
Oh, man, it's so cool.
This part is my favorite part. Look at
I don't even remember this actually.
Look at that, and then it reaches for him right here. Come here, buddy. Look at that is sick. That is a good trailer. And
the music with it is also really good.
Yeah. So it just says coming 2019. When I saw this trailer, I wasn't expecting this to really get to me, like gravitate towards me. And I don't know. We looked up the other games these guys made. Was it Hidden Layer?
Chucklefish.
It's not Chucklefish is publishing it.
Publishing, yeah.
Yeah, they're publishing it, but in I don't know what the studio's called. I'll look it up again. But the studio looks like they only made like a iOS game. You recognized it. You don't remember? We looked.
Oh, it's the same people that made the great or the zombie one, the Canada one.
No. Let me look up the. Okay, so looking these guys up. They made Back to Candyland. back to Zombieland.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
These are their previous games?
Yeah.
This is a huge...
This is a big jump from what it looks like. Okay, so it looks like a good team that's worked on a lot of app-looking games. I don't know. This is a weird website, so I don't really know what other projects they've really worked on, but it looks like this might be their biggest one. I'd like to think it is.
If Chucklefish is publishing it, they publish some really good games.
They've been dude, like the what's the Advance Wars game that's coming out?
I don't even know what it's called, but that game looks really good.
War something.
Ah, but we just look it up.
Yeah, yeah. Let's just look it up. Yeah. Warmonger, war machine.
They've been posting their soundtracks up on their channel.
Yeah, exactly.
Wargrove,
yeah.
I just remembered.
Was it Wargroove or Wargrove?
I think it was Grove.
Okay, like that again. I think that Chucklefish is reminding me of like Double Fine. That like Double Fine Studios will go and look for games that are unique and like special, and like they'll support them. And I feel like Chucklefish does that same thing. I don't think I've seen Chucklefish really show something that I'm not interested in, like immediately.
Like the fighting game from the last podcast that was supposed to be there. That's published by them too.
The Pocket Fighters?
Yeah.
Or was it
Pocket Fighters.
Yeah, Pocket Fighters. Yeah, like everything they made has just looked awesome. It's pretty cool. And this game looks no different. Like
the Starbound game is amazing.
Oh yeah.
10 out of 10.
Starbound's out. Like if you guys like Minecraft, you guys like Terraria, like Starbound is the best of those two. Like
I think it's number one. If you were disappointed by No Man's Sky like I was,
yeah,
Starbound.
Starbound. And we talked about this in that podcast, so there's no need to bring it up. But like Starbound is No Man's Sky, but like a better version of it.
Well, if it had good combat.
Yeah. If it just was better. Okay. Anyways, that's what I wanted to talk about there. I didn't really have anything else there. But the last thing I did want to talk about is something that is very dear and near to our hearts. And it's something that we just can't, like, it already happened about 2 weeks ago, but it's like, I can't get away with not talking about it. And that's Super Smash Brothers Ultimate. We have not talked about it on a podcast, on anything, not even in person. I haven't seen you for like years, dude. So like, tell me.
Even though you mentioned at the beginning about our lost podcast that's not going up.
Okay, so for those of you who don't know, which I'm sure is nobody, there was a Super Smash Brothers Ultimate Direct that happened about 2 weeks ago, where Simon Belmont, Richter, is it Richter Belmont or is it just Richter?
No, it's Belmont too.
Is Richter Belmont? Richter Belmont, is it the Shadow Samus? Dark Samus?
I think it's
Evil
Dark
Samus. Yeah, I think it's Dark Samus.
Evil Samus.
Evil Samus. Samus is like just evil. Who else? Oh, it's Chrom.
And the best one of them all.
And the best one, I cannot argue with you there, King K. Rool. So I just wanted to talk to you about it. Where's your hype level of Smash Brothers right now? Where are you at with like? How do you feel? Are you excited for the game? Or are you is it just Smash Brothers Wii U 2.5 or whatever?
No, I'm excited, but it's at a 8 right now out
Really?
of 10. Yeah.
Why is that?
What's his name? Shovel Knight is not a character no more.
Dude, you're getting over 60-something fighters, and you're still gonna pick on Sakurai?
I wanted Shovel Knight.
You're still gonna pick on Sakurai? That guy is probably dying to see his kids. I think Miyamoto has his wife and his kids hostage somewhere, and it's people because people like you who don't let him go home. Tell me a little bit more about Shovel Knight.
I voted for him in the Smash ballot for number 4.
Uh-huh.
I was hoping maybe they could add Shovel Knight. He's only an indie game and he's on the Wii U. So maybe there's a chance. So I voted for him. Nothing happened. We got the worst character ever in a video game, Bayonetta. Or just in Smash Brothers.
I was going to say, her games are really good. Watch your mouth.
You weeb?
Yeah.
Is she your waifu?
Dude, I'm a weeble. I don't know what.
Dude, I'm a weeble. I don't know where you were going with that.
I don't know either, man. It's just whatever comes out of my mouth.
But I was sad when Shovel Knight was a assist trophy, just as people were when Waluigi was also revealed as assist trophy.
Yeah, I guess like for me, like you can be sour about the fact that your character's not in it, but like 60 something. I don't think it's even 64. It's 60 something.
No, they're still increasing it now.
Yeah, like that many characters, like it's really hard. Like if you cannot pick somebody that you like there, like it's really hard to please you. And I know that you want a Shovel Knight, like, but like you're telling me.
Did you see his?
You're telling me
list,
Ridley.
Though?
Ridley is not. You're not excited for Ridley. You're not excited for King K. Rool. You're not excited for the Splatoon character, the
I'm
Inkling.
excited for King K. Rool. So excited, but I want Shovel Knight as a character. He looked like he had a full moveset as an assist trophy.
I mean, yeah, I guess that sucks. I think we all wanted to see Shovel Knight. I think that was everybody's hope as far as indie game representation. Like, we wanted Shovel Knight was the perfect character to have in there. And honestly, I would have liked Shovel Knight to be in there as his 8-bit form, like rather than like that 3D model of him.
But now he's in Rivals of Aether.
Yeah, and he looks amazing in that.
Yeah,
he looks really good in that. And he's in that other fighting game, the
anime,
the Weeaboo one.
I'm a weeaboo,
dude. Yeah, so he's in fighting games, so you can't like be like, oh, like dang it. And in that game, he's all like buffed out and everything like that. But yeah, in Smash Brothers, he's unfortunately just an assist trophy, but it's still better than nothing. I like that he's in there, and yeah. What?
Your feet smell.
Your feet smell?
Yeah.
You took off your shoes.
Yeah, I wanted to get comfortable, but then I started smelling my feet.
So unprofessional, man. Your feet.
So unprofessional. Look at your sandals. I see your toes.
I wear sandals to work, all right? I don't have a problem with that. You got a problem with that? You know what I don't do at work? I don't take off my shoes, huh? How does that look, huh? And it smells now. Look at the wires are getting messed up. They're curling over. I think the podcast is being broken. So yeah, Smash Brothers. I'm pretty excited that King K. Rool's in it. Actually, I didn't think... I'm not somebody who does predictions of characters. Like, of course, I'm like, oh, yeah, that would be cool if somebody was there. But I'm not like, yeah, this person's going to be in there. And if he's not in there, I'm going to be mad kind of thing. And that's like... When I found out King K. Rool was in it, because what happened before the Direct was that Simon was leaked. And
not Simon, but his music.
Yeah, but it was pretty much like...
he's in the game.
Yeah, he's in the game. Like, if the music was there, like, of course, like, Castlevania wasn't represented in any other way in Smash Brothers. Like, this is the first time Castlevania is in it, right?
Yeah.
And so, I could be wrong. Maybe there was a trophy in, like, Melee or something like that. But even then, like, Simon's music was out. Everybody's like, oh, then Simon Belmont has to be in there. And then, sure enough, Simon Belmont was in there with a really good cutscene. The
funniest part is that the Nintendo leaked it on accident.
Yeah. It was some overzealous, like... Nintendo employee somewhere that was like, his fingers like right on the enter button to like get it like live, and he's got to stand there until like 7 o'clock the next morning, and he accidentally like leaned over. Yeah, so like that person was leaked, but I watched it and I got a big surprise with King K. Rool. Like I hadn't felt like that in a long time, where it's like I was surprised. Like, do you remember the Wii U?
Not even with Ridley. I was surprised with Ridley when they said he's too big as a character.
I guess, but I guess like I don't. You just burped on.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess that like.
Whoops.
I guess with Ridley, when I saw him, I was like, oh, he's cool. It looks awesome, but I wasn't like, he's just not a character I gravitate towards too much. He's a cool, like, I like playing big characters. He's just another one to add in there. But he reminded me of like a Charizard, and a Charizard I don't touch. Like, I don't really like playing Charizard. Because it's like dragging like characters and things like that. Anyways, that's just me. That's just me being picky.
All right, okay.
Okay, but anyways, but when that big surprise of King K. Rool, and I had no idea it was coming, and to see him, and already my main is Donkey Kong, for my main's villain to be there, like I felt like a kid again, like on Christmas morning.
Did you start crying?
No, I didn't. All right, I didn't cry on Christmas morning.
Oh, not tears of joy.
No.
All right, for sure.
I only cried when my mom told me that Santa Claus wasn't real. Are you laughing at my crying like little kid?
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah. So the rest of the thing, and like to get away from like the characters, I'm just talking about Smash Brothers as a whole. I think even though like
story mode guaranteed.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but
I think so.
I don't think so. Anyways,
How can he call it a Smash Ultimate when there's no story mode that Brawl had? That can't be it. It's not the ultimate game then.
that is actually a very, very good point. You're right, because like he's pulling things from like other games, and
He's calling it the ultimate.
he's calling it
Smash
the
Bros.
ultimate Smash Brothers. How can you not have like some sort of like story mode
or at least something to be somewhat comparable to that?
Yeah.
one.
I like to think that what he's making is something very unique, hopefully. I don't want something dumb like Smash Run or Smash Tour. Like, Smash Run was
Well,
okay.
For me, I like Smash Run, but I was saying that when they revealed Monster Hunter or Rathalos as one of the bosses, boss for what? Why is there no stage for Rathalos, but they have that one area just for Rathalos?
Yeah, and I believe that was very deliberate. Like, that was on purpose for him to not, like, hey, here's...
He's like, oh, also he's an assist trophy. Forget about what we just showed you.
Yeah, he was like, he could, if he just wanted to reveal Rathalos as an assist trophy, he would have just showed that, like, hey, like, you know, Luigi picks it up and Rathalos comes out. But the fact that he showed us the stage... And the stage looks so different from everything else.
But,
and then on the stage picker, like when you pick your stage, it's not
there.
anywhere. It's not anywhere there. That is a tease.
Also, like
about something.
the way that boss is set up in the area reminds me of what's that Pokemon? Like it was one of the bosses in
Relega or something like
that.
that.
Yeah, how it was just a lake in the background,
exactly.
and it's just an area open for that boss fight.
Absolutely, I agree with you that something. I'm thinking something akin to Melee, and maybe mixed in with Brawl's Subspace Emissary. Like Melee's like, what was it? It's story mode? Was it considered a story mode, or was it like an arcade mode?
It was
just like single player.
It was like Smash Run.
Yeah, something like that. But I think it's gonna be very similar to that. Where it's.
I hope it's just another Subspace. I love that.
And not only do I believe we will get Subspace Emissary like enemies, like if it is a story mode, we're gonna get those enemies from that game, I'm sure. Not to mention that Smash Run had a whole set of enemies that were based on other franchises. Do you remember that? Like there'd be Metroids out there, there'd be Kirby enemies out there, there'd be Goombas, there'd be like there's a whole bunch of different kinds of enemies, and bring them in here where we travel these worlds where like that belong to Castlevania, that belong to Monster Hunter, that belong to like Luigi's Mansion, things like that, but have all these enemies mixed in, and have all these enemies mixed in. I just punched my microphone, and I think you could have something that's going to be really fun to play, because I think if something he's highlighting here, when Smash Wii U came out, I should even narrow it down. When Smash for the 3DS came out, the 3DS is such a personal system, like it's just something for you. That I wanted Smash Brothers to be a game that I play that I don't need more people to play. I just need myself, you know. I just play like Smash Run and things like that. And it was almost there. I didn't feel like it was quite there, but it was almost there. And I feel like with this one, with there being so many characters, and if there being this possible story like Smash Run kind of mode, like that you unlock, because he already said that you're gonna unlock characters as you play. Like I feel like this is a game that I could play by myself. And not just with friends, but by myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, right now, Smash Brothers sits at my Wii U only waiting to be played when you come over. Or when my friends come over. Or something like that. Actually, not my friends, because they don't play Smash Brothers. They play Xbox games. You know, big boys. Yeah, they're big boys. Anyways, but like that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like there's a lot to be desired. I cannot wait for some form of single player mode.
You know what's also different about these bosses is some people say maybe it'll just be like Smash 4 with some of the levels just had a boss pop up. But the difference is that these bosses died in like 3 hits and had like 2 moves in Smash 4.
Yeah.
But these guys have like, if you saw Dracula's
got a good set of moves, yeah.
Like different moves attacking, and then also the stage was meant for him. The other ones you can fight without the bosses appearing.
Yeah. And not to mention, I was gonna say that the other enemies that they showed, like the werewolf and
that's what it was like.
Yeah.
Them jumping out, and then you can just randomly, they'll just be a hazard.
Yeah, exactly. I think those guys, I think Dracula is not mixed in with those guys. I think he's part of his own thing. Whatever Rathalos is part of as well, like those two are going to be part of that. And yeah, so here's hoping for like a single story game mode.
You know what else was a great addition?
No.
Final Smash meter.
Oh God, yeah. Okay, so I'm on, like, you know this about me. I've always wanted the I'm not big on like on the tourney community or the competitive community, but I've always wanted them to adopt something different, like to make something like
new.
To make something new out of Smash Brothers, because there's so much you could do with it. Do you remember that mode I made? Were you there when I put, like, it was 4v4? Everybody had one life.
The flag.
Yeah, everybody had one life, but one person can get the flag, and all of a sudden it becomes like these people, like everybody's running for the flag, and you pick it up, and then like. But anyways, that's irrelevant. What I'm trying to say is that like you can make new modes, and I feel like this will actually benefit. Like I could see potentially the fighting game community, like picking that up and being like, you know what, one-on-ones, let's enable like that Smash meter. That would be pretty cool. But
the only problem, like he mentioned, that it's weaker Final Smashes.
Yeah.
But some people like Samus just have an overall Final Smash that attacks the whole screen.
That's what I'm saying. Potentially, because like you look at a character like Sonic, like good luck dodging that. Like, have you seen it? Like how fast he goes back and forth. But then look at a character like Mario. Like you could potentially dodge.
Yeah, it's there's like a legit like tier list you can raise for these Final Smashes.
Yeah. If you enable Final Smashes, all of a sudden that tier list changes. I really believe it does. And maybe Bayonetta wouldn't be up there.
No,
she's still
Final Smash is really good.
How does she hit it? Like, how does she...
She has to be... Well, actually, she has to be close to you to land
Yeah, exactly. Whereas if you use the character like...
Samus, it's the entire screen.
You can literally jump off the stage and shoot it into the stage. Yeah, exactly. I don't know. We'll see.
And someone with bad recovery like Little Mac can't dodge that.
Exactly. You know, something that a lot of people aren't talking about, but it's something that's in the back of my mind, is that I hope to God that Sakurai, even though he's including everybody from all the other Smash Brothers, I hope he takes a moment and like goes back and gives like a good treatment to like certain characters, like say Snake. Like, I want Snake to have more music in there. I want another stage from Snake, things like that. Like, I want Snake to have more iconic costumes rather than just different colors. Like, I would love a costume of like Metal Gear Solid 5, you know, or even Snake Eater from like, because it was on the GameCube, you know, and the 3DS. Like, I want like a Snake Eater costume.
They had Old Man Snake from 4.
Yeah, or Old Man Snake. Yeah, like I want things like that. And
I mean, it seems like that's what they're doing this time around, like with Mario having a...
Yes, but I think that's only for the main characters like that are getting that treatment. Like, I don't think... everybody was analyzing how the music for like Wii U, like Street Fighter music, I don't know how many tracks were in Smash Brothers for Wii U, but on this one there's going to be like 36 tracks from Street Fighter. That's cool. Like, I like that. But like people were analyzing how Cloud, he only gets like 2 songs. Like, even the same 2 songs from the Wii U. Like, and people were talking about how, like...
how do people even know that?
During the Direct, like, you could see that, like, they highlight...
Oh, when he was showing?
Yeah, and it says, like, the maximum off the top, yeah. And so, like, yeah, people analyze that thing to, like...
How did people notice? People go, like, frame by frame?
I watched that thing and just noticed how long it was, you know? I was like, 22 minutes. That means, Richter's in the game, you know, like I just like I don't analyze these things like to the degree other people do, but like that's just what they do, you know. That's their YouTube channel. Our channel is to make amazing cartoons for podcasts
that don't get finished.
Yeah, they don't get finished. Hopefully this one get finished now. We get to the end of this one. But yeah, that's what I hope for Smash Brothers. I want them to not forget the guys that are already there. I want everybody's talking about a possibility of a new Donkey Kong representative that's not just King K. Rool. I would love like
Cranky Kong.
I would love Cranky Kong, but apparently nobody wants that. Everybody wants Trixie Kong or...
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
Is it Trixie or Dixie? Dixie Kong. Yeah.
I wish it was... Imagine Cranky Kong just whooping everybody with his cane.
That would be cool. Yeah, but everybody wants Dixie Kong. Everybody's talking about Dixie Kong because she was like one of the most requested, I think. Yeah. Along with King K. Rool, which I think that Dixie Kong would be a great...
Bandana D.
Yeah, I think... Why do people want Bandana D?
He has a spear.
I guess, yeah. But like everybody's like... I think Dixie Kong would be a great Echo Fighter, like of Diddy Kong, and just change Diddy Kong's special. Just make it
just some other recovery.
Yeah, just some other recovery.
Or her hair.
Yeah.
The spins like Donkey Kong.
Yeah. But I'm more excited to see a character that we just aren't expecting.
So they showed off there's a boss Castlevania, and then we also have a Castlevania character. There's a boss of Rathalos, but no Monster Hunter character. I'm hoping maybe we'll get a Palico as a character.
Yeah, a Palico from the. Do you see like the old like anime cartoony ones like with the big eyes? Have you ever seen those?
No.
Like those would be cool, but I feel like Monster Hunter had a they can make it work. They can totally make it work. But like Monster Hunter has a very realistic looking like thing. Is it just me or did Rathalos look like they just took the model out of like the 3DS game?
No, he didn't look that bad.
He didn't look that good.
He did look fine.
You look fine.
He looked like they took him out of the Monster Hunter world.
Nah, he looked the same. He looked the same like from the 3DS version. Even like his animations and everything, they did not reanimate him. They
did take one of the level from Monster Hunter
the 3DS one, right?
4. Yeah, the 3DS.
Yeah.
That was the.
But
I don't think they did.
There's just like I'm not gonna fault them for any of the things I'm saying. Like they're doing so well. It's one of the few games out there that like is more bang for your buck kind of thing. And like you don't like look at like what's the game that recently came out? I don't want to like poke at games and stuff like that. But like like when Overwatch came out, love that game. But it only was a shooter, a multiplayer shooter. That's all it was. That's it. And with Smash Brothers, granted, this is the fifth iteration, right, of Smash Brothers. So like, yeah, they have a lot to fall back on. And I want to say a lot of the work was done in the Wii U version, and they just bring it into the Ultimate version, like the music, stages, things like that. And all they did was pretty them up. But still, like, this is a lot. Like, it could be $70, and I'd still pay for it. Like, it's
amazing that this is still being a $60 game for me.
Yeah, and the fact that you feel like that means a lot. Like it just
like they're including every stage from every game, plus new stages, new characters with all the old characters. Was there 102 stages in this one, and the 103. Number 4 had 52, including the DLC.
Yeah.
This one's not even including any DLC yet.
And to top it off, just to correct you real quick, it's not every stage. Like people have like done like analyzing like the fact that like on the N64 like there's like one stage that's not in there.
All right, thanks Einstein.
Are you? You're on a video game podcast where we're talking about video games, and you're offended that I corrected how many stages there were, and you call me Einstein? Who's the one wearing glasses right now?
I don't know. Who is that?
I'm gonna animate glasses on you. You're gonna have glasses now, and I'm gonna point at you.
These random glasses pop up on my character.
Popping up. All right, well that's the end of the podcast.